way.
And that's actually straying from what I wanted to talk about.
Right. But I think what I'm fixing to bring up really comes back to the meat of what the point we're trying to make is that, these labels and these stupid...
Right. See, because I remember back in the late 90s, it was like, you know what, take your labels and fuck off.
Yeah, because we're all just being who we are.
All of a sudden, it was just like an explosion of labels.
Yeah, and now 20 years later, actually, I guess this probably started back in 2010 or so. Now, everybody has to have a fucking label.
Y'all have known me a long time. Mm-hmm. Y'all know that when I believe something, I believe it pretty fiercely. Mm. Would you ever say I'm an anti-feminist? Now, I'm not going to say I'm a feminist because I don't like the label.
No, it depends on the it depends on the definition. I think you can agree
that I'm all about the girl power.
Forget about the certain definition. Would you say if someone said you're anti-feminism to her? What would your first reaction be?
Well, my first reaction would be like, no, she's not.
Okay,
but here's the thing.
No, it's not about feminism. She just doesn't like fucking people.
Verbiage is very important because saying you're anti female equality, absolutely not. That's ridiculous. But feminism is a different thing.
Because feminism used to mean something that I don't think it means anymore.
Yeah, feminism used to, the first generation was everybody's equal. Hey, cool, I'm with you. And now it's all about this fucking...
roll with the bra burning generation.
Yeah, but now it's all about this fucking man-hating shit.
And it's no secret. I love me some men. I love them. Like, most of my friends are men. Like, I get how men think. I don't think men are the enemy. I think men are great. But, whatever. But, okay, so I got into a conversation where I was told that I am anti-feminist. And I was like, dude.
Was this by someone you know?
No, it was in a discussion on Facebook.
And all those people that want to run their mouth and think they know you.
But here's the beauty. I was like, what now? I had to slow blink. A person on the internet. They couldn't see me, but I still did it. What now? Because... it was all about. It was I don't know. It was like a tea group or something. But they were talking about how this woman, how people are fake, like about their kids and stuff. Mm-hmm. This woman had posted, and she was like, I am a one-of-a-kind mother. I've got 5 angels, blah, blah, blah. They're my world. They're my life.
Statistically speaking, she does not have 5 angels. Just throwing that out there. There's a pretty statistical probability that one of those is an asshole. I'm just throwing that out there.
Or all.
Okay. You haven't even heard the best part.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like, I'm defined by my children. That whole bullshit. And the whole reason that the post was made in the group and the girl screenshotted it is because she personally knew the woman. And the woman has custody of 0 of those 5 angels.
Wow.
Because she had let boyfriends abuse them sexually.
Oh my God.
And when it came out, they were given a choice. You will either cut ties with this man to protect your children, or they will have to go into the foster care system.
I'm not giving up my man.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah. So she let her children go into the foster system to stay with a man that it had been proven abused them.
Was a motherfucker.
So, and I totally am with the original poster. Had I seen that, knowing that about somebody, it would have blown my fucking mind.
Yeah, I would have called her out right the fuck then. It would have enraged
me. Mm-hmm. And so, when she posted that, like, everybody was like, it was about 50-50. Half the people were like, fucking people. How can people even, like, seriously put that shit out there? Mm-hmm. You call them, and then the other half are like, well, you don't know where she's been.
It doesn't matter. Does not fucking matter.
I don't give a fuck where she's been.
There are certain situations where context is irrelevant.
Right.
And granted, most situations context is important. That's not one of them.
No.
I don't need to know her. I don't need to know her situation.
I don't need to know anything about her other than that she chose an abuser over her own children.
Kids, yep.
And not let her children get abused.
Yep.
Not one time. 5 times.
Yep. I don't need to know anything about it.
Yeah.
So someone got mad just because you didn't side for the woman because she's a woman?
Right. That's exactly what it was.
She's anti-feminist
I guess you're not into feminism. And I'm like, what the fuck part of feminism
Say, no, I don't
tells me I have to praise this bitch because she has a vagina?
I don't like cunts.
Well, see, and
they were like, sounds like you don't. You're misguided. I was like, no, it sounds like you're misguided because.
Like, so you believe, or you not believe, stand up for children being sexually abused?
Like that's okay with you as long as a woman did it, allowed it, not a man. It's just so stupid. And like I thought it was going to be one of those situations where like one idiot, and then everybody else like, come the fuck on, you're ridiculous. Nope. They just piled on me like they did on Ross last night.
What the fuck?
And I was like, fuck all y'all. Because I was actually sitting holding my mom's hand at the time. She was unconscious and I was pissed. I was like, fuck all y'all. You know what? Having a vagina doesn't make you a woman. I guess it does technically, but it doesn't make you a mother because if you shot a kid out of it. What a piece of shit. The world would be better without this woman. And if me saying that makes me a bad person, sign me the fuck up. Because she allowed innocent children to be sexually harmed so she could keep a dick in her life.
Yeah,
trash.
She's a piece of shit.
Yeah, see, and disagreeing with that doesn't make you anti-female. Just like if I disagree with a black person.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's just so stupid.
But believe it or not, I'm not required to get along with everybody. And if I don't get along with someone, or I disagree with someone, or disagree with whatever belief they fucking happen to have, it doesn't make me anti whatever they are. It doesn't make me a racist. It doesn't. If I disagree with the gay person,
it doesn't mean you're a homophobe.
About whatever. It doesn't mean I'm homophobic.
About whether I like Coke or Pepsi.
Right, unless you're disagreeing with the gay person
No,
about...
if you like Pepsi over Coke...
Yeah, there's something wrong with you.
No, sometimes it's really
Coke
good.
burns my throat.
Oh, Pepsi, that's why I hate it. It's too sweet. But
Pepsi's got a little too much carbonation for me, but anyway.
But unless you're saying I hate you because you're gay, that has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, no, and that's absolutely wrong. I've got a lot more reasons to hate people than the color of their skin or who they like to fuck.
And I just was like, did I wake up in Bizarro World? Because I don't even understand how you can type these words and not go, what?
I'll tell you what is racist, though. This whole new idea that if you're a white man, nothing you say has any validity. That is actually in and of itself racist. The whole idea of it.
I just think... I can't get down with the hating. Like, I see it all the time. Like, oh, well, you would say that because you're a white cis male. What the fuck, man?
I don't. That just when someone says the word cis to me, I immediately stop listening because it's like I'm not going to use made up words, and I'm not going to listen to somebody that does. So
it just like the thing is like when you. I want to take their little hand and I want to go, sweetie.
Bless your heart.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but the thing that you're railing against, you're doing it. Mm-hmm. It drives me crazy. Mm-hmm. If you don't want it done to you, don't fucking do it. How hard is this?
It's very simple.
I'll tell you something else that actually is racist, and I watched this with my own eyes. So, last year, I think, one of these vloggers. It was back when the voter ID thing was a big deal, right? Mm-hmm. And everybody was screaming, "Oh, voter IDs are racist," even though you have.
I've never understood that.
Even though you have to have an ID to do anything.
I've never understood that.
Well, if that's the case, if you're a prisoner, you're not allowed to vote. Well, hell, why don't we just let them vote?
Oh,
if we don't have to have IDs, just let them vote.
They're trying, but anyway.
Oh, I know they are.
But
idiots.
But this person went to some.
I think it was like in California or something like this.
Some liberal university.
White part of town.
I think they went to Berkeley. And
Berkeley's pretty. Yeah.
This guy was asking all of these white people, hey, why do you think that voter ID...
Oh, it was like an interview? I saw that. And then they went and asked a bunch of black people.
And they were saying shit like...
Do you think black people know where to go get an ID?
Like, are you...
No. He wasn't leading them like that. He said, why...
No, he was asking them questions.
Yeah.
They were questions.
Yeah, but he wasn't like leading them.
Yeah, and they were like, well, I don't think they have access to the internet, and they wouldn't know how...
With their lack of access to the internet, if they even knew how to use it.
Do you actually think they're riding a zebra somewhere? What the fuck?
And then he went to...
Murphy thing?
Shaniqua. Buck nigga with your bone in the nose.
But then he went to a predominantly black area, and he was asking these people, hey, what do you think about voter ID laws? And they were like, we don't fucking care.
They're like,
the people that he interviewed were entirely a black population.
And then he showed them the responses
and he said, well, let me ask you this. Do you have
an ID?
Do you have an ID?
He's like, well, yeah.
Yeah,
they're like,
in my pocket.
Of course I do.
Yeah, he's like, well, if you didn't have one, where would you go get one? The DMV? Do you know where the DMV is? Yeah, it's on 125th and whatever.
Yeah, if you didn't know where it was, how would you find out?
Google? Probably pull out my phone and
Google it.
There's
this technology that we have.
And oh my god, the white people's responses, I was just like,
so stupid.
Where are these people?
Condescending. And
everywhere.
And that was racist. Listening to them try to explain why they think that
it's like...
that any group of people aren't smart enough to fucking figure out how to get an ID.
But you're the ones that would piss me off if you said this about me. Like, I'm too simple.
But wait a minute. There's a whole group of people that have been proven to not be smart enough. You remember when Leno used to go out on the street and ask questions?
Oh, shit.
Current events questions, and people were like,
I always prayed secretly in my heart that was a setup.
It was not a setup. He actually would go out and do that.
But I need for it to be a setup.
It's not a setup.
One of the ones,
they're that dumb.
One of the ones that he did, and this is the only one that really sticks with me, is he had the word Tucson.
Yes.
Right?
I don't remember that one.
Tucson. Mm-hmm. And this girl kept saying, Tucson. It's like, Jesus Christ almighty.
It's just embarrassing to watch.
Yeah,
no, it's disgusting.
You're like, bless your little heart.
Like, these would be college students. It's just like, oh, good Lord. What's going to happen in the future?
Like, how did
and here we are.
Here we are. Now we know.
We're watching it play out.
Good job, fuckers. Anyway, holy fuck. That's why I don't like
That's another one of my pet peeves.
people.
Like, well, no.
Yeah.
Blissfully ignorant.
Intentional ignorance. Willful ignorance.
Yep.
Like, I get that I'm a little nerdier than the average person. I mean, I think I was probably born with a book in my hand, and I'm just, like, I've read 70 books so far this year.
That's more than I've read in my entire life.
We know.
And
one's more than you've read in your entire life.
And like, so
that's right.
When you read the way
I'm not fucked up about it either.
When you read the way I read, you just kind of absorb random.
Could you try again?
That's your watch.
Shut the fuck up, Siri.
Well, that was rude.
How rude. You just absorb like random trivia. I mean, like, I'm a walking encyclopedia of useless knowledge. And so I know not everybody reads like but some things I just don't like how these people, like, I don't understand how you wake up and you breathe and you go outside and you're still that dumb. Like, who crosses the street for you? Who pays your bills? What the fuck? Like, what must your life look like?
Yep.
Well, it has to be just an endless barrage of self-loathing and moral indignance.
You have to be self-aware enough to realize you're
these people are just...
Yeah, they're like...
Yeah, it's like, I don't know who told you that and why you decided to believe them, but every person I know, no matter what the fuck the color they are...
Yeah.
has an ID. I mean,
I've never understood
literally
that.
have to have an ID
if they
to
don't
do anything, to apply for a job, to buy cigarettes, to buy alcohol.
If they don't have an ID, they're checked out of life, and they want to be checked out of life.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, Dylan was never able to drive while he was here.
He has a fucking ID,
He had a fucking ID because he needed it to vote. He needed to do anything.
Alexis doesn't have a driver's license, but she has a state ID.
Because you need that identification. I mean, everybody knows. Like, that's like when people get all... I'm like... We all know that there are things we have to do to be part of society. We have to have an ID. We have to have a social. We have to have insurance on our vehicles. I don't understand why you're railing against this thing, because it's just another thing we have to do. Like, I can't have my genitals hanging out in public. That's just like a social contract. We've said we prefer you don't.
Okay, I still don't like having to wear a mask anymore.
And I get it, but I don't get it. Yeah. I don't think it's that big a deal.
Oh, let me tell you, I was walking around the store the other day. I had to stop, make sure no one was around.
Real easy, though.
Well,
and take it off and just breathe for a fucking minute.
But I'll tell you what to get, because I have for the last 23 days I have lived in a mask. And like those ones, some of them are so heavy, but I found some that are real light and they